Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 18 Austrian Grand Prix. We're here for round 8 of the Tier 2 Championship, where we head to the Styrian Hills, or Track of the Trees, as STB Mali would call it. But yeah, we're here at the Red Bull Ring for what should be another very exciting Grand Prix as all the drivers make their way out onto the track now. It's looking very overcast in this session, so maybe a sign of a bit of weather to come, with all the drivers heading out quite early on. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm joined yet again in the commentary box by Matty. Forgotten your name then, JRT Matty. How are you feeling ahead of tonight's race?
Don't know about this one. You think Austria would be good for racing, but after yesterday, it doesn't seem like it wasn't a very exciting race. So I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more exciting today.
I think we're going to be expecting some very big DRS trains, as it is a nature of this track in particular.
Cruz is the first one to start, is that?
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for those guys to stay within DRS of the car ahead. As Pedro's on his first lap, looked to nail that first turn there. Obviously sector 1 only being one turn, and then a long straight. It's a 15.7, so a little bit down on the times we were seeing yesterday. But
Turn 1's is one of those corners where if you just don't nail it, you lose like a tenth, like straight off the back. At that point,
Solid's retired.
He's in the pit lane.
Solid's retired in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Only 3 minutes into the session, so a bit strange. And he's left. Okay, well, that's one Ferryman's afternoon done before it's even started.
Yeah, that was been there.
But it is Drew's. Set the first lap. It's not like the tidiest lap from the McLaren. It comes up to the line now. It is a 3.4 to start.
This is decent.
Running off.
Decent. Tavares.
Yep, Tavares beats him by 4 tenths, and Norris as well. Coming to the final corner, and Janino as well, I think. So we'll see what those guys can do. Janino on a 3.5, and Norris is invalidated through the final chicane.
Alfa Romeo getting out of the way of the drivers through the second first corner.
As well as Charles goes P2.
He ran wide at turn 7.
Udair getting slipstream down the straight. He goes P2. His teammate only just behind him. 1.8 as well. So Katter's invalidated to his lap as well.
Maldi went wide at turn 6, the second long left-hander, and then he ended up track sending in the inside of turn 7, and he's balls up turn 1, trying to do another lap, so he missed out on a chance of getting back into the pit lane, so he's got to do another lap. So I'll just start for Mr. STB Maldi. Left is on the lap. Turn 4 was a bit hesitant.
Which one?
The Alfa Romeo. This an apex.
Missed it again. Yeah. Sector as well.
Turned in too early for turn 4, and he's turned in too late for the next 2 left-handers, so that's been a great lap.
As Felipe goes for a second lap there and takes provisional pole.
That's already well into the top 10 if that was compared to yesterday.
XS Felipe puts himself in P6 with his lap. And XRO 2D now through the final corner up to the line. Not the best lap from him, it's a 3.7. Katter's gone for another lap. He's gone for a second run. He looked a bit hesitant on turning there, had to adjust mid-corner. And he's just invalidated through the final corner as well. It was a 2.8, so it would have put him on the second row. I think Crook runs back to his lap, not using any ERS at the moment.
What's Tweedy doing? He's going 10 miles an hour on the exit turn 3. And he's not really tempting, like, I don't know, like, it's a weird way of getting out of the way. But you don't have to go onto the grass.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of track.
And you leave a lot of time as well. Yeah. There's about 10 seconds ahead of the Alpha Towering. You probably lost about 30 seconds.
I don't think anyone's on a lap at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm a bit confused by that.
Crooken's come around to set his lap, but he hasn't had ERS on for the whole lap. But it's a 4.6 in the end.
Yeah, I don't know what doing. Maybe he's using long runs, I don't know.
It's a bit strange to go for long runs in qualifying, but...
Yeah, you say that, I do it myself sometimes. Just get a bit of flow in. Oh, he's completely overshot turn 3. Yeah.
He's off the track now.
Just gonna say it now, just get off my chest. Turn 3 is the right-hander you thinks turn 2. But turn 2 is actually a slight kink for the right-hander. Those. What YX is going to now, that is turn 4.
Right, Bram's on a lap. Just started. To see what his first sector split is. Looking for about 16. He's on a 15.8 apparently.
Oh,
he's a little bit down on his time.
Yeah, he lost the back end and exit turn 3 there.
And he's turned his ERS off. I think he's backed off this lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did another lap in
mistake there. Tavares goes through sector 1. He's deep at turn 3. Will help his chances.
And he's backed out
of his lap as well.
Yeah.
Seen a few people make mistakes there. Junior's coming through the middle sector.
Who's also on the lap as well.
It's 4 tenths up. So with a good final sector, he could put himself in the top 4.
Cruz half a tenth up into the second sector.
Junior's going to get affected here by Bram just coming up to start his lap. Bit of dirty air, but get a bit of slipstream over the line. It's a 2.9. Bram goes for his second attempt.
3.2 by Bruce, but he doesn't increase his position. Oh, Norris!
Yep, Norris on provisional part, only just.
Yeah.
7 thousandths in it.
He said he had some issues with controller. It was a D-pad in the left bumper, I think he said. So, whatever it is, it's not affecting him in his pace.
Brown better on traction out of turn 3 this time.
I'll be up to P9 on 3.2.
Harney's a little bit wide through turn 4.
Sounds like traffic.
All of the track on the right hand side.
Oh,
It's starting to rain. The rain is coming down. So this is, as we said, why the drivers are coming out so early.
These
and this really spiced up. This is now crucial laps for these drivers. So
this will be the last one.
Shouldn't be affected too much by the rain coming down. He had to lift off a little bit through the Panama corner, and it's very cautious through the final corner. Not the ultimate lap time he could have done, but it is a 2.6. Is anybody on a lap improving?
These will be the last laps now.
Felipe's on a lap. SFS Felipe.
Bruges has improved.
Slightly down through sector 1.
Top of the P6 of Bruges.
Can he put himself on the front row? He's only just up as he understeers off the track, and it is an invalidation. Udair's invalidated his as well. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, whether these laps are now, that's pretty much it now, because next time
what
they'll
can
come out.
Wakata do?
So this is the last final.
He started his lap. It might be a little bit too late for him.
Yeah, Semi's just come out of the pit lane. But
it's good sector 1 though.
Yeah, it's still not quite wet enough yet. It's going to take a couple of minutes to get wet enough, but end of lap might be a little bit dodgy. And Kata got a pole position in Canada, so. But this rain coming down, that's going to hurt him slightly.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be his ultimate lap time that he can do. It's looked like a clean lap so far though.
0.40, I'm not sure why that's good or not. Doesn't look like the track's
within the limits.
Lost though, cars coming through the last sector, so he'll be aware of that.
He should be out of his way though, yeah. Drew's just getting out of his way. It's looked like a very strong lap from Kata, so we'll see whether this can put him anywhere near the front as he comes across the line. It's only a 3.1, so I think the track is
just a bit greasy.
Beyond its best point. We've got a few drivers in the back still to set.
Oh, Renault spun. Semi! Oh, Semi! I went to start his lap and he's just absolutely did a Formula cost from what he did yesterday. Spun it at the last corner.
Yeah, Crooken's on the steering like mad for that middle sector. That is pretty much the session done.
Carson Maldial wants to
track.
Get out of the top 10, but I don't think anyone's going to beat that. Because
oh, and as a Mercedes round, and that's down at turn 7, I believe.
Yeah, track's just getting a little bit slippery now.
Just like Valtteri Bottas in qualifying.
Mowing the grass.
That Mercedes, it's a very expensive lawnmower, as he's got a racing point coming past. And I think that's pretty much the session over and done with as he's hit the wall. Mercedes is still having some adventures. And DRS is disabled now, so that will be the end of everyone's sessions. The Mercedes is off again, Matt. Not sure what he's doing here.
Maybe he's to the rear, so we're going to try and like get back on track. I don't know. Aldi in P10, Cass in P9. I know he's hoping that he maybe got beaten to start on fresh tyres, but
well, it depends on the weather for the race.
Yeah, you don't know. It could be raining for the race.
Might be raining. It might not be any effect at all. Charles is on an out lap, but I don't think he's going to be staying out for too long.
If it was going to rain in the race, I mean, if you say it was, this is probably a good time to do some wet practice, get some laps in, if it is going to rain. But,
well, I mean, there's no harm in doing so, but
yeah.
Nobody seems to be interested in doing so.
It's going to be a very...
The only driver out on track is Udair and Semi. Semi comes into the pits now.
I would like people to come out into it, just so we got a little bit of coverage to do, if you know what I mean?
I'd rather they all retired so we could get on with the race.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing, but...
Udair just understeers completely onto the grass into the pit lane entry. So that is pretty much the qualifying done.
Yep.
We only got 13 minutes of action for that one. I think we're hoping for the drivers to all retire now.
I don't mind when it's wet at the start and it dries at the end, but when it's the other way around, it's just not. Because obviously it just ruins, stops the qualifying. I'm looking at the Discord and it looks like Solid said he had to go. So.
Yeah, so it looks like Udair's going to come out on a set of enters here, as he's put them on in the garage.
He hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, he's coming out now. And I assume there might be a couple others that will follow him. Udair's got a whole track to himself in this one, which can't say very often.
Ball on the grass.
Well, there's not a lot to talk about at the moment, Matt, as there's not really any action going on. So we will discuss championship and, well, basically where people are. At the moment it is Bram Nilsson who leads the championship by 23 points over this man on track, FXBR Udair, and his teammate as well, not too far back down in P3, but I think he is a long shot for winning the championship, to say the least. So it is out of the Brazilian and the Dutchman for this championship. But, what are your predictions coming on into this season? Who do you think can gain that advantage in this European season?
Bram, I think, he's looked very strong the start of the season so far. I think Udair's had a pretty strong start of the season as well. And then you got drivers like Norris and Charles and Tavares who had a bit of up and downs, same with Kata. Yeah, they've had good moments, but they've had some bad moments as well, which has put them a bit behind. So if they can get their consistency back together, maybe we'll have some bit more battling over the top. Because the last couple of seasons, it's always been one driver pull away, maybe another driver just hanging back a little bit, and then it's all spread out at the end. I don't know.
It's definitely a much closer season this season than it has been in the past. We saw Kevin last season run away with it. He won the championship by Russia, which was very early on in the season.
I
think this one will go quite far, as long as Udair can keep up and try and get past Brown in the championship. So far, Udair's only won one race.
Kata's out on slicks. Dry tyres on the wet track.
A minute ago. Udair around the final corner. It's not a bad lap time on Inters actually. It's 11 flat.
Kata's trying to get some heat into his soft tyres.
Oh, and he's off the track, not unsurprisingly.
Going back into
as he's decided that that wasn't the right tyre. We could have told you that early on, but Udai's still out there doing a bit of a practice. As I said, track to himself.
Just cooking and Uday now.
Yeah.
Last one's for the tyre.
So, what do you make of possibly Juninho trying to make his way back in the championship? Do you think that he's possibly able to do so by the end of the season? It's obviously a long way back.
I don't feel like he had the same pace this season as he had last season. I mean, last season he was always that shadow of Kevin. You know, it's always just with Kevin, but never quite ahead of him. It's always been a bit behind him. And I don't know, his pace this season was not too amazing compared to last season. But I mean, if he gets his pace back up to what he was last season, I think maybe a good chance to try and get back into it. So, it's one of the things where you just seemed how it plays out. But the session
qualifying is finally done, so it is Bram Nilsson who takes pole position over Ellison Norris. P3 is SFS Felipe, a decent result from him. Uday in P4, he'll be a little bit disappointed, I think, starting a few places behind his championship rival. Alfa Juninho will start P5 with his compatriots, FXBR Produce, starting P6. The two Red Bulls line up on the fourth row with Charles ahead of Tavares. Team Arcata will start ahead of STB Maudi, who is in P10. XS Felipe will have the first choice of tyres. Behind him is 2D, Semike, Feel the Power, YX, LMX, and I think 3 drivers who didn't actually settle up in the end.
Quicker than there was one.
So
six Brazilians in the top 10.
Clear skies.
Yeah, it's all Brazilian from the 3rd to 8th, so Brazilians are definitely dominating top 10 right now.
Yeah, and I believe no British drivers in the top 9.
Say that just to skip up the top 10 because Maudi's 10th.
Well, he's the first British driver, and when STB Maudi is the highest British driver in the race, you know there's definitely an issue. So
yeah, it's not exactly British flag. It's not exactly getting waves sky high right now.
Right, drivers just picking their strategies now. We've got 16 seconds to the start of the formation lap.
Last season, Tier 2, I was practically left to fly the British flag for the top of the leaderboards, but yeah.
So here we go then, drivers embarking on the formation lap. Now, we have seen a lot of times this season Bram Nilsson start quite high up, but he's struggled on the initial launch as he nearly spins coming out of turn 1 there. Yeah. Oh, and there's a McLaren.
Norris, it's going back at Maui. Yeah, Norris lost to.
Who's the McLaren?
Drews.
Drews again. I think he did this last week, didn't he?
He just blitzed past everyone and just gunned it.
Yeah. Well, he's off and going. But yeah, as I was saying, Bram struggled to get that initial launch in the start so far. It's definitely a track that's, although there's a lot of straights, it is hard to overtake if you're in a DRS train. So how crucial is it for him to nail that start tonight? Obviously it's only about 200 metres to turn 1, if that, I think. So he should have a better opportunity in holding that.
I think
P1 from the start.
Bruce will need a bit of a talking to in the garage after the race. His formation lap infringements.
Yeah, I think we've got a car round at the back of the grid there. I think YX had a bit of a adventure on the gravel there.
Now from there is holding him
on his tyres. But yeah, they're all heading to the grid now.
Checking if Bruce's
so Matt, early predictions. Who do you think is going to take victory?
I am going to say You dare.
You go, you dare. I'm going to go for the other Renault driver. I think Felipe for this one.
So.
But as we know, me and you are both usually incorrect anyway, so we'll have to wait and see.
Like it is most of the case anyway.
Solid's car is on the grid, but he is obviously not in the session any longer, so he will now line up at the back of the grid. And we have the lights glitch as usual. So we'll wait until the drivers
Of the mixture of people that overtaken
their positions.
Yeah, flags.
The lights are now on for the drivers for the Austrian Grand Prix. And it is lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the best start? It is a slow start from Brown Nilsson yet again, and Ellison Norris jumps his way into P1. And down the back of the field, they're going 3 abreast into turn 1 as they file through. It looks like no contact as of yet. Oh, there is a Renault rounding. He's complete round this. You dare. And he is completely out of this race now. Coming down into turn 3.
Damage from the back of the
grid.
grid.
It is Felipe now ahead of Brown Nilsson as well as the racing point. Oh, and he's made contact with the Red Bull there. I think that was Kata who just misjudged his braking into turn 3. And it is Brown Nilsson and Pedroux side by side. Is Brown still going backwards at the start? As Pedroux up the inside of turn 4 now. Can he hold the position against Brown? It looks as if he will. And still side by side. Brown needs this position at the start and he's not going to get it. He's down to P4.
Kata and Charles having a bit of a side
Janine around the outside now. And he's been squeezed off. And here comes Kata.
Kata with the front wing damage.
Contact. Oh.
Kata's got front wing damage. He's got to be careful.
Contact with Tavares, I think, into turn 3. They're still side by side down the back of the grid. Excess Felipe getting overtaken by Jean Carlos there. And they're completely off at the penultimate corners. Norris is the first one to come round on the start finish straight. He leads the Austrian Grand Prix at the start.
Kata's letting Maldi through.
Yep, Maldi's now through on Kata. So a lively start to say the least, and it's Brown Nilsson's starts that have let him down yet again.
Oh, Jean Carlos up the inside of
oh, and he's hit Felipe's hit the back of him, and Kata's in the wall. Kata's lost it on traction, and he's hit the wall. And I think he's out of this race now. Down here they come. It's YX looking for a move on Krukran. And he's round the outside, goes XRL 2D. It's not XRL 2D, sorry, it's Semi-K. And what's... Sorry, just lost track there. Yeah, it's Semi-K who gets the move done on YX.
Second race in a row for Kata. The disappointing race. Kata was leading Canada for most of the race, but he lost it at the end of the race when it rained. So it's been 2 bad races now for Kata as a result. Yeah, nice.
And the big winners of the start. Pedroux's up into P3, and F1 Jean Carlos up 6 with Feel the Power up 5 as well. And Krukran up into P12, who started on a set of softs.
Kata retired.
So he's gone for the quicker strategy.
I think Kata crashed because I don't see his car retiring there.
Brown's looking to make a move on Pedroux now, and there's a bit of contact between the two of them.
US enabled.
And Brown gets away with damage. So Udair has a pit for a set of hards.
Oh, Junior's staying very close
already
to Charles.
Picks up a penalty.
They were closer.
But Udair's gone for a set of hards, so he's hoping for a safety car later on.
Aldi's got to catch up to his queue once that DRS. Because that will be crucial.
This early race pace.
A bit edgy on the last corner. DRS is very important. It's important to get in DRS in this track because there's 3 DRS zones.
And Felipe's getting close on Norris here, coming down there up the top of the hill, and he's going to go for a move here up the inside into turn 3. And Norris gives him the respect
outside
the space.
They're
going to go side by side now out of turn 3, and it's going to be Felipe who has the DRS, which should be an easy move up into P1.
Norris down to 19% DRS. He used a lot of DRS so far.
He has, and it's Juninho and Charles now battling out into turn 4, and there's a bit of contact between the two Brazilians, but they're still fighting away as they come out on the exit, and it looks as if Charles got the move done on Juninho.
Maldi made a mistake somewhere because he's lost like over half seconds to these guys.
Yeah, so. And these guys have been fighting as well. Bram's still trying to find a way past Pedroux here. And he needs to get a shuffle on because Pedroux is losing these front guys.
That's why.
Luckily for Bram, his championship rival was caught up in a collision out of turn 1. And he's going to struggle to get any points, I think, in this race.
Oh, Bram!
Yeah, he's looking to make a move here. It should be an easy one as Pedroux has no DRS to defend. But Bram's used all of his ERS to get past here. Pedroux has got a little bit saved up. As Bram up the inside into turn 3 gets the move done. A little bit wide though, and that's going to give Pedroux the opportunity. And Pedroux is going to come back here. And Bram's got no ERS to defend with, so he's going to lose the position to the McLaren yet again.
We're going to try and hold it
around the outside he goes, but Bram's going to send it up the inside. A bit of contact between the two of them, and Pedroux gets the position done. Is this going to give Tavares the opportunity now? He's a little bit too far back.
Yeah. Oh, Bram with a bit of a snap of oversteer here. I've got to say, the start of the race in Austria, you get quite a lot of understeer at the start of the race around there. But Bram seems to be getting the opposite and getting a bit of oversteer. That's very wide by Brown there and Tavares. Oh, Tavares
has already picked up a penalty.
Yeah, I've seen Tavares. He's getting wide at the second class corner, so Tavares has 84% ERS.
Tavares looking to go on the attack now. As Brown again is still trying to save that ERS, and yeah, Tavares has got 100%.
Nearly, yeah.
So he's gonna burn some now. He knows Brown is low on the ERS. He may try and save it for the exit. Turn 3, sorry.
Brown's light was flashing, so I'll be telling Tavares that Brown is low on ERS.
Yeah, it's cautious from the Red Bull though. As Janino gets his move on Charles up the inside, gets it done. But is Brown going to go for a move here on Pedroux? Sticks up the inside. Pedroux gives him the space, but Brown just can't get the move done, and there's a bit of contact again.
We've missed them.
Brown's getting very frustrated now behind the Brazilian.
We missed the overtake on Janino on Charles. Janino missed it past Charles. Yeah. I was thinking why Janino had DRS ahead of Charles. That's because Janino was behind in turn 3.
Yeah, and it looks as if Norris is just following Felipe through for now.
Right now, it's...
those guys build up a gap.
It's all aboard the STB Melody train. Melody's dropped off the back of Charles now.
He's got a train down to P15. And obviously some scruffy laps early on has meant that he has lost the DRSs. Now Brown goes for a move on Pedroux yet again. And this time he will get the DRS down the second straight, up the inside. Still side by side coming out of turn 3, but he just cannot get the traction down. And neither of them get the DRS in the end. And now it could be Tavares on the attack, and it is. As he flicks to the right hand side, up the inside he goes on Brown Nilsson. Oh, a bit of contact between the two, but he gets the move done. And Brown is just going backwards at the moment. Let's feel the power's got a move done on SV Maudi as well.
Problem when you use too much ERS at the start, you just yes, it's good at the start, but you just lose all that time in the end.
Tavares had a snap, and Brown's going to go for a move here. He's still using his ERS though. He's got nothing left. He needs to start
I don't know why you use that much at the start, because you don't really gain much from it.
This track's quite easy to save ERS in the DRS trains as well. So he needs to just spend a few laps, a couple of laps, not using any ERS.
He's just got a bit. I think Brown's just got a bit cocky and just using too much of it.
Yeah, and Tavares is now going for the move.
He's got all that
ERS up into P3. Yep, flicks to the inside. Pedroux doesn't give him too much of a hard time. And he's got the move done as Brown still hassling Pedroux to get this move, but he just can't do it. And we've got battles at the back as well. I don't know what's going on there. There's a massive train here forming for P8 behind Maudi. Yep, and it looks as if Jean Carlos is going for a move up the inside on the medium tyres. And is he going to hit Maudi? He's up at the inside. Oh my goodness. Maudi has to avoid there, and they're still side by side.
They're Jean Carlos on the mediums as well, so...
Yeah, he went way too deep on the brakes though, and Maudi nearly got completely wiped out on that.
We've been shown by Tavares that saving your RS at the start of the race is just the way to go. Just play it smarter, and you've got their positions.
Look at this train forming down in P8. These guys on the mediums looking to finally get some positions.
1, 2, 3, 4,
move on 5
cars.
And here comes Krukren on Jean Carlos. He's a little bit too far back. These guys, some of them really struggling for ERS as well. what is STB Maudi on? STB Maudi's just saving his ERS. But here comes Jean Carlos yet again. He's not going to have enough to make the move though. Is he going to go for it up the inside? He is still going to go for it.
I think Jean Carlos might be
Maudi
ahead
defend.
of the DRS detection point.
And it's going to be Maudi.
Maudi on DRS.
Janino as well has been overtaken by Charles into turn 4.
Maudi was clever there. The detection point is late in the braking zone into turn 3. So Maudi backed off, let Jean Carlos get ahead into the entry of the turn 3, and then used the DRS and exit to his advantage. Now he's 5 seconds out behind Juninho. It was
these guys battling has not helped at all.
It was 2.5 seconds about 5 laps ago.
I think Samik's going to find out the hard way in this race that alternate strategy is definitely not the one to be on, as he's going for a move on full power. He backs out of it last minute.
His tyres. He's going to pit. I would say pit in now and put on their hard or something. Maudi's all over the place.
And here comes Samik. Gets the move done.
Tavares with another penalty.
And Norris is going for a move here into turn 3 on the Renault. Renault goes defensive. Defends very well. Gives Norris a little bit of a squeeze on the outside as Janino and Tavares are still... Janino and Charles are still going at it. As now Norris is going to get that slipstream and DRS. He's going to go for a move at the inside of turn 4. Not later on the brakes than Felipe though, as he holds the position. And round the outside goes Charles now on Janino. Janino gives him a squeeze around the outside. And it's great racing between these two. They've been going at it all race so far, and it's Janino who stays ahead. As Maudi still holds this train for P8 as Jean Carlos and Crooken now side by side. And Jean Carlos gets position back down.
Crooken started last, by the way. And up into P10, so you can start.
Those softs, yeah. As Bram and Produce are fighting here. Oh no, sorry, Produce in the pits. Produce going for an undercut. He's going to be going on the hard tyres.
Yeah. Crooken a bit put off with Jean Carlos in front. He undercutted the second to last corner.
Samik's really getting held up. Last week's race winner is down in P10 at the moment. Crooken has a slide, and it's Charles and Janino fighting again down into turn 3. And it's going to be Charles with the better line on the outside. Is Janino going to get the move now into turn 4?
Crooken! Oh, what the hell was that?
Oh, there's contact between the two Brazilians up front. Charles and Janino, contact between them two as Maudi now getting under pressure from Jean Carlos. And he's going to be able to hold it around the outside, I think. And there's contact between the two. Oh, very close to a crash between those. But it's Maudi who holds the position yet again. And Janino and Charles are having an almighty battle. As into the pits comes Felipe.
But Marco, you
will he be going for a set of hards as well?
What I just seen from Crooken's onboard there, perfect timing. Went over the orange curve. Oh
my goodness!
And his car hit the side of him.
Well, I don't know what Jean Carlos was doing there.
No, we knew Maudi was going to the pits.
Maudi was coming into the pits, and he's gone for a move up the inside.
Steve clumsy that was.
About that, but yeah, it's Felipe on a set of hards. So will Norris now extend the stint and go for a set of mediums?
I don't know what happened to Crooken at turn 3. He mounted the inside his orange curve, the hottest curve on the inside, and his car went about 45 degrees upwards.
And Pedro's has got the jump on Tavares here, Matt. Pedro's back ahead of Tavares.
Yep, so the undercuts worked out to treat, and these drivers are preferring to pit a bit earlier and get the hards on, so they're trying to stretch onto the mediums.
I think Norris and Brown are going to extend for a set of mediums.
A bit fast at the end.
Starting to settle down a bit now.
Yep. I don't get that what happened to Crooken there. His car was literally facing the guy. I'm completely baffled by that. Can't believe we missed it.
Felipe and full power nearly came together there.
Norris pits.
Phil coming into the pits. Norris into the pits, yeah.
So mediums.
And it is mediums, so he is going to try and extend them to the end. Where is Felipe going to come out in comparisons to Norris? We'll go on board with Norris. As you see the Renault coming through turn 1 now. It's going to be very close.
23 laps
on those
mediums.
SS Felipe
Pushing it. 24 laps.
Yeah, he should get the advantage on Felipe early on as he gets the move now on YX before turn 2 as they come through into turn 3 now.
24 laps on mediums are going to be a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I think you need to go about 14-15 at the earliest. It's Tavares and Pedro's going side by side. Tavares gets the move up the inside done, and he's now got DRS. to force his way back past his Norris now past YX. There's Felipe trying to make his way past 2D as well. He forces a move into turn 4. And you see the fuel light on SFS Felipe again. He's running very light on fuel.
Seems to prefer a lighter car. And running a bit lower.
He's also not got much ERS. Whereas Norris has got quite a lot saved up. As Bram now decides to come to the pits.
Just what you need. The 3 Philippes were next to each other.
Yep, and I think SFS Felipe is going to be looking for a move as soon as possible.
Bram's now on to
So where's he going to come out? You see the guys flying past now. He's quite a long way past. These guys are quite a long way past. SFS Felipe using all of his ERS to try and get close to XS Felipe now. As Felipe goes defensive.
Come up behind Prudes and Tavares. Bram Nielsen.
Yep, but he does have a set of mediums. There's a better traction there for SFS Felipe, and it should be an easy move on his compatriot before the braking zone, but he's used all of his ERS to try and get past there.
I mean, we did see him with yesterday with Eke. Remember, Eke accidentally went onto the hards, but he kept up with us.
I don't think the delta between the tyres is anything, which is why that alternate strategy is
the mediums
just not that strong.
The mediums, the hard is like 4 tenths or so.
I don't think it's even that much.
No,
remember last season's race?
I know the softs might be.
I went on a set of hards. I think there was a big old train with a mix of mediums and hards, and the pace difference was
I think
nowhere near enough to get rid of the DRS train.
There's generally a bigger, because twice as bigger gap between the softer C4 and the C4 and the C3 tyre, which is the softer than medium.
Right, Norris has used a lot of ERS here to get past XS Felipe as he goes up the inside in turn 3. Yeah, gets the position done, and it's nice and clean. As we've got yellow flags. And there's a big old train forming again, and it's these guys at it again. Pedro's getting past YX, Bram now getting past YX, and he's still behind the Brazilian McLaren.
If YX is using overtake and DRS, then what wing is he using?
And Charles has left. I think Charles was caught up in an incident.
Yeah, you could see him, this seems to have lost a lot.
He's fallen a long way back.
His front wing
did have yellow
tagged.
flags.
There wasn't any damage.
Bram's going for a move here on Pedro's. Had a much better exit out in the middle sector. They're going to be side by side through the penultimate corner. This is not a corner you want to go sideways through, and there's been contact. Oh my goodness. How did he stay facing the right way?
If it was on the pad, I think that
Bram
would have been
backed
race over.
out on that one.
Norris with the penalty.
Drew's gave him a squeeze, and Drew's off the track at turn 1.
Norris got a penalty, so that's not going to help his
and he's
fight
gone for a
against
move on the two leaders
on the outside
of this race. Around the outside, Felipe, goes wide, gives him a bit of a tap on the apex. And it's Norris who's made his way past Felipe now. Felipe's still using his ERS, he's got nothing left. As Pedro's is now getting his way past 2D. Can Brown follow him through? No, he's a little bit too far back. He's going to send it round the outside, Matt. And he's going to get a bit of a squeeze there, and he needs to get past the racing point before the middle sector if possible.
That's
exactly what he's going to do up the inside.
Yeah, just for 14 that fresh tyres, you know,
showing.
Bram hasn't got a penalty yet, which
is still
that
not
could be crucial.
Really working.
Bram with no penalties is crucial right now because everyone around him has got penalties. So
apart from Felipe, SOS Felipe
and Semi, but Semi still gets it.
Yeah, I just don't think that strategy is going to work for
him. He's
going to rejoin probably by Maudi.
Yeah, the undercuts are too powerful, and then the softs just don't seem to click.
Brown's got a penalty. Just saw him cut turn 1 on the apex.
Just, Brown, please, just praise you for getting no penalties.
He's coming up to the back of Semi now.
As soon as I say,
I think he heard you, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, Matt saying he got no penalties. Okay, I'll just get one now.
Just to prove you wrong, that's Bram in a nutshell for you. So.
Or it could be the commentator curse. As
Norris around the back of Samik. And he's pretty much pushing him with 13 lap fresher tyres. And Felipe is following closely behind Samik. I think Samik going defensive, or is he going defensive? Yeah, he's going defensive.
Semi's
trying to help his teammate out, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe team orders down at Haas. try and hold him behind for a bit.
Not in the same path
This-
so I know, yeah, I know.
The thing is with Bram, he's just not been on the pace so far this race. He can't even get past Drew.
He showed in qualifying, but yeah, good qualifying pace.
Yeah, and it looks as if Norris should get the move here. He was saying we go defensive. He doesn't this time around.
Everything's there outside.
Felipe watching on.
Outside, it's generally a bit better around here, but I think Tell me about
Yeah, and
DRS.
Samik's going to get DRS here. And he just about got it in the braking zone. So is he going to go through back on Norris? He is. And Bram's out. Bram's out. Bram's out of the session.
Exit turn 3. Onboard STB safety car.
Oh my goodness, and safety car's out.
This is a treat for semi-listers.
And he's just dropped it on track. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, Bram.
I don't see anything. I don't think I know that exit turn 3 can be a bit sketchy, but how to lose the rear end on traction that badly? I don't know how you can do that.
Will Norris stay out? I think he will stay on the mediums.
I mean,
He's going to the inside.
It's a low speed corner, so how he's managed to get enough speed to break his wheel, I don't know.
Bram, they're all Matt, they're all into the pits.
Yeah,
apart from Tavares. Tavares stays out, which is interesting. He's on a set of hards. So what tyres will they all go on? Softs will not make it to the end. It has to be a set of mediums.
If they have a spare set of mediums, they didn't go for softer, they'll have an extra set of mediums, but if they don't, they're going to have to go for people on mediums.
Norris has gone for softs.
Then that won't make it. No way.
And Samik has to go on a set of hards
unless
he went for a set of softs.
They're paying 2D on a set of hards, so people going
Norris
for hards.
is cutting that shot. I think it's possible though, Matt. 17 laps, let's say 2 on the safety car.
No, I just don't think so.
He's confident on his tyre wear, obviously. And YX has also gone for a set of softs. Everybody else opting for a set of mediums.
I think 15 laps.
Apart from those that had to pit for hards.
We did 15 laps yesterday, and they were pretty shabby to the end. So 17 laps, 15 not covered under.
He's asking a lot.
He just won't.
I think the pace will just completely drop off at the end anyway.
Yeah. And not exactly a great race tie.
Well, I couldn't guess which way this race is going. I think SOS Felipe's in the best position though. And all of a sudden, Samik with that horrible alternate strategy, he's back in play now. The hards will not be the optimal tyre to finish on, but
yeah, I just don't.
They're not a bad race tyre.
Cruz and Torres, I think they made a mistake here. Because they're on 6-7 lap old hards, and there's everyone else behind them on fresh tyres.
I tell you what will be absolutely fascinating to watch is Udair. What can he do in this race? And I think he'll definitely be frustrated with the fact that Brown has struggled and is now in the wall. And this was an opportunity for him to close that gap massively. But I think there's definitely opportunities for him to get points in this one. But he's going to have to make his way through the field as quickly as possible.
Charles' AI is holding up the level of place right now, so... Yeah, but... Obviously, the people that were on the mediums and they went for the softer option, obviously they didn't have an extra mediums left. This is why, one of the reasons why balance is generally just a bit more comfortable, because safety car does happen, and you're on...
Well, especially looking back, thinking that they didn't do 4 runs in quali because it rained, obviously they didn't know that.
If they went for the people on the mediums, if they picked a couple up early, went to the hards, they wouldn't have this issue. It's always been the mediums then. So, I mean, safety car's in this lap.
Already in.
The
whole pack's bunched up, and that's not good news for Norris, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I
definitely would have wanted it to be out another
16
lap.
laps, 16 laps on not racing conditions in those laps. I just don't see that happening. I'm going to say that's front show in this race.
Yeah. And I think he's going to have a flying start on this restart though. As
this tyre, soft tyres will pretty much be as worn as you did in qualifying formation right now.
So safety car is now in the pit lane.
Tavares.
Now Tavares to choose when they go. And he's leaving it late. Back in the pack up, and there he goes.
He's gunned it in the last corner.
He gunned it before the final corner.
Drew's a bit slow.
Under pressure already from Norris.
He's got a penalty.
Samik as well.
Oh,
Felipe in the background. Yeah. Swerving to get some
Oh,
temperature
that's
on
why
tyres.
I feel the power. Why I feel the power. Felipe XS. Felipe back.
Yeah, and he's under pressure now. But is Norris going to go for a move on Pedroux? Here he is, going to send up the inside at turn 4. Pedroux gives him the space.
Oh, that's
and he's off the track completely. And he's going to be under pressure now from Semi-K as the Haas driver makes his way up into P3. And it's a great recovery drive so far from Samick. As that's SFS Felipe up the inside as well on Pedroux. Great move from him. And Pedroux with that mistake.
Outside. So some update. Apparently, Ram got took out.
It must have been Pedroux, because those guys were battling. There's contact. Oh my goodness, it's pile up in the sector 2. And
Ferrari,
a Ferrari, Janino and YX who caused that collision. And Janino's out. 2D's coming into the pits. He's lost his front wing. Yeah. And Udair already up into the points.
Cooking into the pits as well. Also damage.
Right, this is crucial now. This is crucial for Udair. Him to get some points in this race. Norris on the back of Tavares, and he is going to look to make the move now on the set softs. Tavares won't fight it.
If
there is
Norris
no point
can
at this
get
stage.
a big enough gap, you can then cruise these tyres to the end if you can.
And Felipe looking to get past Samick as well.
Norris now can just
and
settle
he's
down.
looking now in the slipstream. The Renault driver, as Samick goes defensive around the outside, goes Felipe all the way around the outside. He's going to get squeezed off, but he's held it. Balls of steel from the Brazilian as he's still trying to hold it. And he is up the inside of the Dutch driver and he gets the move done. That's a great move.
Oh, he's gone wide
the young Brazilian. Will Semi-K come back at him? He will. Around the outside of the penultimate corner. This is, oh, it's going to be so close and he gets the move done.
Oh, we did a stuck over.
And they're still side by side.
Oh,
and up the inside goes Felipe, gets the move done again.
It's like Semi.
He's going to be under pressure now. He's run out of VRS, and here comes Semi-K again. And he's got the move done on Felipe. Will Felipe fight him back into turn 3? It is now Pedroux up the inside, who forces his way through. And it's now Pedroux on the attack, and Felipe using all of his ERS, and that's going to hurt him.
I don't get a tactic. I have no ERS because you just leaves it on the straight.
Outside. Oh, what a move! I don't think he's going to be able to hold it with no ERS.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pedroux going to make his way back past. Or is he? They're still side by side. Felipe round the outside of turn 4 again. He's got the grip on the mediums, and he has got the move done yet again. Or has he? Side by side still with Pedroux.
That's why
he does get it done in the end. No, Pedroux is still going. Oh, there's contact. Oh,
poor views there, a bit sketchy. I couldn't see what was going on.
And Felipe loses the move again. So he's down into P5.
Yeah, I don't get that tactic with Felipe and CRS. I just don't know how that'll work. He's just going to lose it constantly down the straight.
Right, Udair needs to get past these guys now.
Norris. But he's just got to look after the tyres now, just cruise it to the end. He's got to look after
Can Udair make his way past Maudi now? He's in a big slipstream train, it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to be creative with his overtakes. He needs to get past the McLaren. And up the inside goes XS. Felipe contact with Phil the Power, and it's going to give Maudi. Oh, Maudi's going to get squeezed off. And this gives Udair now the chance to get past the McLaren. And he does get the move. Is he going to get any more on this lap? As round the outside goes XS Felipe, and Udair is breathing down the neck of Feel the Power. And he's not going to be able to get past before the middle sector.
Feel the Power on more one tyres. Tavares gets another
off. He's off on the gravel. Will this give Udair the opportunity to make his way past through the penultimate corner? As Maudi's now on the attack as well on Udair.
Feel the Power and there's more worn medium tyres.
Oh, and Udair's completely cut that. Definitely got a warning for that one. And he's now again under pressure from STB Maudi, who YX as well on the set of softs is attacking these guys. And here comes Maudi.
Maudi's going for it.
Maudi into turn 1, he's going to go for it. They're going to be so close to contact. And it gives him the space, a bit of a wheel bash between the two. And Udair holds the position for now.
I'm not sure what Maudi's going to do.
Here comes YX.
Yeah, Maudi's not being a bit dumb here. He's using his overtake too much. Oh, that's a touch! Oh. Maudi's at the back of Udair and Maudi's got damage. Maudi's got damage.
And Feel the Power has also had a bit of an issue at the chicane there. You say Maudi's got damage, he has. He's lost end plate. He's lost an end plate.
Maldi's just being clumsy. Very steep. I don't know what he was trying to do, trying to take you down.
He was in a good position as well.
He was overtaking you down in turn 1, but he had his own DRS.
And he's still trying to go for a move here at the inside.
Well, with damage, yeah.
Oh, still winning. Oh, wheel bashing between the two.
Maldi's going to run to see wide here. Careful.
Yeah, and Wyrick's is going to get the move. He's on the soft tyres as well. Will have the grip to get past. So Udair, crucially, up into P7 on the back of Excess Felipe now. But he does have a penalty. We don't know how many.
I know he has at least 3 penalties. No, that's true. See that thing pop up 3 times.
Yeah, so Norris, I think Semi-K is definitely looking in contention for this win. Felipe's still in this as he goes up the inside of Verdroes. He needs to get ahead of the McLaren. He's been following him for a few laps. And he does get the move done this time as Udair gets past Felipe as well, as Maudi also making a move on fuel power.
If Norris doesn't get a puncture, he's won this race. Oh, that's Philip Power took up inside of Maldi. Late move. Up the inside of Maldi. Holding tight, he's going to overtake.
And it's going to be Philip Power around the outside, but Maldi with the inside line. It's going to be contact. Oh,
fresher tyres. Wing damage versus a good wing and a wall on tyres.
I don't think Maldi's going to get any points with the way he's going.
He's 40 seconds to the next car behind, so I think Maldi might have P10 here at least. But Maldi hasn't really penalties yet. So it's not over yet. But
yeah, that's what I was saying with the wing damage. If it stayed.
Oh, and there you go.
Oh, he's just got penalty. I was going to say, if he stayed in this queue with no penalties.
It's the second time this happens now.
Oh, and there's contact. Verdroes has hit the back of SS Felipe there.
No damage.
Did he get any damage from that? I think he got away with that.
He's got away with it.
He's a lucky man.
But that's twice it's happened now. Well, I said Bram had Maldi had no penalties. They both get penalties.
Yeah, as you said it.
I should just keep my mouth shut from now on. Full power, another penalty for him. Maldi.
Gene Carlos just got 5 this lap on those fresh softs. So, realistically, if Semi-K stays the way he is, he only needs to gain about 3 seconds at the end of the race
Semi
to get back-to-back victories.
Now he's gained 10 positions this race. Safety car helped him in that streak. And they did help out as well. Everyone else pitted.
Drew's off the road. And this is now going to give Udair the opportunity to get himself up into P5.
Semi didn't pit.
Udairs used all his ERS.
Yeah. Semi didn't pit because everyone else pitted. He just stayed in his position. So yeah, helped him, apart from Tavares. So gonna pay with his fuel light on. He's gonna watch out.
And Udair gets the move down on Verdroes.
Yeah, Felipe's going to do some fuel saving.
I think this is the best position that Udair's going to get, unless the two ahead of him get any penalties. But it's a great comeback drive from Udair.
He was 14th, 15th before the start of the restart.
He was miles back at the start of the race. So to get back to where, to where he is...
It's not just that, he was like 14th at the start of the restart. And he's gained all those positions back, on track, or with collisions.
And Norris is still going very fast, and Gene Carlos is out. He's lost it where Bram did. Yeah, I think he's hit the wall at the exact same place. And we've got a virtual safety car. You see his car literally in the exact spot that Brown was.
Don't see it
not the debut that he would have wanted. As Verdroes taken a very interesting line through turn 3 there. He's lost about 3 seconds to Udair in front. He's now using his overtake on VSC.
2D is fighting the AI right now. 2D's getting overtaken by the AI.
Interesting. Solid's Ghost is nearly within the points. In a race that his car hasn't been driving the entire race.
AI open.
Right, so I think Norris's tyres are starting to go off now. Tavares has gained
Maldi's all
about
over
half a second. Half a second.
Well, damage, Maldi's keeping up with field power. Keeping the pressure. Maldi's going for the move early, going for turn 1. This is not the best tactic because field power have DRS for the next 2 straights.
And he definitely got a warning, I think, on the outside there, as Felipe and Simike still battling through turn 3. Simike holds the position. And no DRS for Felipe to help him through. I think it's going to be... Oh, and he's hit him! Was there damage? I think he got away with damage again there, Felipe.
Yeah.
He hit the front left wheel with his front wing, but he's going to go for a move now. So we see you there in the background. He is now on these guys with their constant battling. It's definitely, I think, it's lost the chance for either of these guys to win this race.
Yeah. Tavares has got quite a few penalties, so Tavares is out of the podium, I know that.
Well, if these guys get a penalty and... Oh, and someone's in the wall! Pedroux is out! It's a virtual safety car again. And he dropped it on the final corner on the curve.
If it was Bruges that took Bram out, apparently, I think Bram will be having a bit of an inside lap there. So the power's in the pits. So Maldi might have looking to get P8 here.
Yeah, with the wing damage. He's definitely been quite lucky to get that opportunity, but it'll be some decent points for McLaren. And why is Norris has gained a lot of time? Tavares has now clawed the time back under VSC.
I think
he's still lost a load of time.
These safety cars are just helping Norris just a little bit on those tyres.
Yeah. And he's gained a load of time on Tavares under that VSC as well. Look at the delta.
Tavares just gained about 4 tenths back.
Yeah, but the gap was about 3.3, I think, when the VSC came out.
Yeah, so...
Ude's picked up another penalty. It's not helping him. I feel like if he gets P5, he'll be happy with his comeback drive, but the way he's going, I think he might struggle. I'm not sure how many penalties the guys behind have got, but Felipe is within that window he needs to be.
It looks like right now the podium might be Tavares, Felipe and Semi right now, because Semi and Felipe haven't got the penalties, and Tavares has got quite a few, and Norris is a bit too far ahead.
Yeah, I think Semike's been good to keep his nose clean, and I think he will be rewarded with a podium as long as he stays that way to the end.
Not as right now the race is finally cooled down a little bit. Timmy just gets a penalty, and I think somebody else got a penalty as well. But
oh yeah.
So
it honestly is. It's curse of the commentator tonight. I mentioned someone's penalties once, and there we go. So it's only Felipe really that's not got a penalty because Solids is AI. So the question is, can Felipe still win this race? How many penalties has Norris got? We'll have to wait and see. But Felipe, this battling with Semike is not going to help him at all.
Felipe had a mistake.
Here comes Semike.
Yeah, so Felipe missed Apex turn 1 there.
Yeah, and it's not helping him at all. If he is within that 6-second window, he has a chance of winning this race.
Felipe with overtake. Semi not using overtake, but Semi just breezed past him.
Yeah, he's using some now to make sure he defends from a Brazilian. And he does so. But they still gained on Norris, with Norris's tyres going off.
Yeah, Norris will be cruising those tyres now. 30 laps, they'll still be in some decent condition if they're fresh.
Yeah, this will be the next few laps that will be the challenge for him.
Yeah, those last 2 laps will be pretty the worst. So Norris crosses the line now. It'll be 3 laps from now. So
he's got 3 laps to go. Can he make it to the end?
17 laps from the set of softs. That'd be extraordinary.
And Tavares, not Tavares, Ude looking to make a move on his teammate now. Felipe has no ERS to defend with, but he does have slipstream.
Now they get
Ude get the move done on Felipe. It's going to be tight going into turn 3. Oh, and up the inside. Felipe tries to hold it. but Uday is now going to have DRS and slipstream. It should be easy enough to stay ahead of his teammate.
Weck as well. He's going to watch out for his tyres as well. So, it's no penalty, but Cooking's not really anywhere. Cooking's behind the AIs right now, so.
Yeah, here in Charles, they should overtake solid by the end of the race. But we'll wait and see. As these guys starting to reel in Norris ever so slightly.
Yeah, both of our predictions of Uday and Felipe winning is kind of got out the window.
Well, it's still possible.
It's possible.
Felipe still could win. We don't know the penalty situation.
Yeah,
but he needs to get himself within 6 seconds of Norris to even have a chance.
Yeah, at the moment he's leader. Yeah, Felipe is 6.4 seconds behind Norris.
Yeah, but they will be catching him every lap now.
Felipe
Tavares as well. He's going to
3/10
struggle to get those tyres to the end, I think. Well, he won't struggle, but their tyres will go off at the end.
Yeah, he had 1 lap under the safety, 2 laps under the safety car, something like that. And a couple of virtual safety cars.
Felipe's still 1.4 behind Uday and Semike just dropping Felipe a little bit there. It's still within DRS. Uday's looking to get it the move on Semike now.
I think Felipe with that DRS, and if you don't fuel, it's just backfiring inside, I think.
He's had the pace in all the races so far, but he struggles for management. Always very low on ERS. You can see with his driving, it's very calm, composed, clean. Right, you see Norris tyres going off massively now. Look at the gaps, and Felipe easily within that 6-second window now.
I think his last lap of the race, Norris just cruising his tyres down. You can see the graining on his tyres look very dull. His tyres do now.
It's been a great drive from him if he does win this.
I mean, if he got these tyres to the end, it's been an absolute strategy call out. This has been risky, but
it will be this order to the end. I think none of them are close enough to make a move.
A risky strategy, but it's.
It looks to have paid off.
Yeah.
Tavares really struggled late on as well.
Just look at Norris.
These three who have been closing down the gaps, but they're all going to finish in this order. It's going to be down to penalties as Norris cruising through the final corner now.
I'm pointing now Tavares.
A great strategy call from him, and he is weaving. He looks to have. He thinks he's won it as he comes across the line. He does take the provisional win. Tavares crosses the line.
He does. He's got it.
And it is Norris who takes victory over Felipe just about.
Tavares down to 6.
Semike does finish on the podium with Uday up into P4 as well. Great comeback drive from him and massive for the championship.
Yep.
Tavares Felipe finished in P5. Tavares was P6. Maudi will finish P7 in the end. With the front wing damage, I think he'll be happy with that. But definitely could have been a lot better. YX finishes P8 ahead of Feel the Power in P9, and the rest are coming home now.
Yeah, it's been an insane race. I mean, it's been definitely more interesting. Safety car spiced it a little bit, different strategies, different tyres, different wear. But Tavares had 12 seconds of penalties at the end. I just checked before the end of the race. So 12 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, dropped him massively. And it is driver of the day, Semike, and I think
that
would be my driver of the day as well.
Yeah.
He was last week's race winner, and not quite the race victory this time around, but a strong podium finish, and I think he'll be happy with that.
Especially after top finish, he started outside the top 10, so I think I'll take that as well.
I think Norris as well is a contender for driver of the day. Getting those softs to the end, definitely a risk. In the end, he got it done. And he takes his first STB victory as well. So congratulations to him. We're getting him in the commentary box for an interview.
He's a dodgy controller as well.
Yeah. Good thing he did race. So, we'll run through your order again. It was Norris with just the 1 penalty in the end, who takes victory over SFS Felipe, who, without the battling, I think definitely could have won that race, but just not to be for the Brazilian. And it is Semike with a good comeback drive into P3, as well as Uday in P4. Great drive from him as well. As we said, massive for the championship. Will be XS Felipe, who finished P5 ahead of Tavares. STB Maudi finishing in P7 in the end. YX with a quiet race, but finishing in the points in P8. Feel the power on his debut as well, picking up a couple of points. X-Roll 2D takes the final point. Crookram with a bit of a disastrous race in the end, finishes P11. Solid, I don't think will be classified, but was P12. And Charles was P13.
Yeah, both in
behind.
Effectively 11 cars finished there. Pretty much everyone apart from Crookram got points.
Alright, let's get a couple of people in the party for an interview.
Norris and Semi, I believe.
Just Norris and Semi for tonight, as Felipe, I think, speaks English. But yeah, pretty eventful race, to say the least.
Definitely been collisions, overtakes, safety cars. Had a bit of everything.
Well, there you go. Norris says he's got no mic, but very happy with his first victory in STB, and very well managed from him. We'll try and get Semi-K in for an interview.
Norris just put he said to manage those softs very well to get those tires to the end, because he did do 17 on laps on those softs, so definitely some management done there, as Norris said.
Yeah, although Semi was our driver of the day, I think Norris was definitely a very close shout, along with Udair. Some very strong drives tonight from different drivers, but there will be no interviews, as I don't think Semi-K will be joining us. So that wraps up our Austrian Grand Prix.
Oh, he's in there.
And, oh no, we have got Semi-K in the party.
Hold your horses.
Getting ahead of myself then. Semi-K, if you'd like to include your audio, we'll give you a couple of questions from the race. So you opted for the alternate strategy at the start, starting on the mediums. It wasn't working out too well for you. There wasn't much progress through the field, but the safety car obviously helped you get back up into that top 3 bundle. Just run us through your race, how you felt it went in the end. And obviously some strong points for Renault in the constructors as well. And with Brown not scoring any points, it does mean they close the gap. You still have quite a hefty margin over them, but are you confident that you can take that for the rest of the season and take the constructors' crown? Yes, another podium and a great drive from P13 on the grid. Well done on your race. So now that wraps up our Austrian Grand Prix. Second race in the Styrian Hills, and it was probably one of the best races of the season so far. So yeah, some good action throughout the field. And I hope to have a race like that every race for the rest of the season, I think. But yeah, join us next week where we head to the home of motorsport for the British Grand Prix. It'll be an absolute cracker, that one. A lot of people's home Grand Prix in STB as well, so very excited for that one. So make sure you join STB Maudi and Bram on Monday night, usual time for Tier 1. And next week it will be me and Matt as well, as usual, in Tier 2. But we will see you then.